Right.
No, she didn't, but that's also definitely not an invitation. That's like
to him it was, because the next thing he told the FBI was, quote, "It was kind of kinky." But what he really must have, yeah, that's it, right to the FBI, right to the FBI.
You know what I'm talking about.
What do you think about that, Mr. Agent?
So, what would you do? If she says that to you, what would you do?
Kind of kinky, right?
You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah. Good morning
And welcome to episode 914 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, April 5th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Today, Pat's got a cup of coffee full of social media and
crazy Kanye.
okay.
Oh,
He's back in the coffee.
Also, some stuff we didn't hit over the weekend that we should have filled you in on, but big stuff, good stuff. Big stuff,
Nice.
good stuff.
big stuff, good stuff.
More of that in story
stuff,
2.
good
I've got some fantastic science news. That's also big stuff, good stuff from over the weekend. We'll catch you up on. After that, Wes has a dark TikTok international moment. That's all I've got for that.
Big stuff, bad stuff.
Yeah, big stuff, bad stuff. And then Mark's got the latest airline passenger hijinks to close things out today.
Yeah, we don't know if it's big or not, but someone does.
Someone definitely knows. Let that be the tease.
Yeah,
Let's do the news.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
All right, guys, this is the funnest fact I've come across, period, yet. It's just really pretty enjoyable. But from 1932, let me make sure I get this exact right, 1932 to 1967, yep, I got it right, the Nevada State Prison.
Not Nevada. Got that wrong.
I know how
Hard
I say
A.
it.
Add, like
The
addition.
Nevada.
Close. You're getting closer, but still.
Nevada. The Nevada.
There you go.
Somewhat.
The Nevada State Prison had a casino for inmates known as the
Whoa.
bullpen.
No way.
That's awesome. God.
100%.
Did you have to have like good behavior to get into the bullpen? You had to have, right?
Check that out. That was the bullpen, boys.
That's amazing.
Dude, the bullpens
Holy
are the
shit.
best.
That's
Bullpens are
amazing.
the best place on earth. What wasn't there somebody trying to cancel bullpens recently?
They were trying to change the name.
Yeah,
'cause-
saying that it was sexist or something.
No, it was about bulls.
Oh, PETA.
Yeah, it was
PETA's
PETA,
bad.
yeah.
PETA's
They're-
bad.
Yeah.
Get out of here, PETA. Bullpens are the best places on earth.
They weren't even talking about where the pit boss sits in the bullpen at the casino, which is a different bullpen than PETA was trying to take care of. But yeah, no, guys, this is pretty awesome. The bullpen was run by the inmates. The prison was never issued a gaming license. It was just kind of tolerated from the reports that I read.
They're like the Italians.
Probably
Under-
some
under the
cheating
Roman
went on.
Church. Yeah.
Cheating went on. in
No,
that.
there was absolutely no
No?
cheating going on.
No?
In fact, no, I'm serious. In fact,
Yeah.
the inmates ran a very tight ship.
Wow.
And tolerated zero cheating. Apparently, it was a very well-run outfit.
When there was cheating, there was a regime change immediately.
The person got killed. Whoever
Yeah,
got
there was a
caught.
death, yeah.
Right.
Right. A percentage of the take was deposited into the inmate welfare fund.
That's fun.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It had blackjack, craps, poker, and sports betting.
Wow. That's really
yeah,
good.
A new warden came in '67 and said, "Out with that."
You know,
How the
that
hell
was
they
probably
know-
back. It was all mob people in there at that time. Sorry, Wes. But-
No, I was gonna say, how the hell they know that what was going on in sports? You know,
Oh, good call. I don't know. I mean, oh yeah, there were horse services and sports services. That was a big thing. So like the guy that started the
They eventually got word, right? You know.
Yeah, the guards were also placing bets here, and
Yeah.
they were pointing
Probably.
the TV towards the.
I was
towards
going to
the-
answer. No, it wasn't a TV.
No,
guys. No, there
TV.
was a service. The guy that
67.
started the Hollywood
No
Reporter.
TVs in
They,
67?
they had TVs in 67.
I heard the Blue Jays won.
Oh my God!
Right.
Guys. There's an answer to
Yankees
his
are good.
question. There was a service, Wes, that you'd subscribe to. That I'm
Thank
sure,
you.
yes,
there you
someone-
go.
Gotcha.
All right. It's also National Deep Dish Pizza Day.
No
Whoa.
TVs.
To all the Chicagoans. Yeah, they had the gigantic TV. It weighed 900 pounds, but they had it mounted on the wall.
Yeah, there had to be some TV in there. The guards.
They had.
knew
It's
what
not
the
my
sport-
point. They had TV,
sport
but that's
was.
not where they got the lines from.
No more gambling, boys. This is the new warden of town. It's all
no.
butt fucking from here on out.
Yeah, the lines were set by the pit boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have told him whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also told you
House
if you won or
wins.
lost. Right.
Yeah, house wins in that the sports betting.
Apparently.
No, the Dolphins lost.
Yeah,
well-run organization.
I read that they won.
Might want to check it.
They lost.
Yeah.
Get out of the
All
bullpen.
right. I mean, how sick is that, bro? I mean, look at this photo down at the bottom left of them like all crowded around on a special day.
Certainly makes jail more enjoyable.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Bullpens.
As I said, it's National Deep Dish Pizza Day for all the Chicagoans out there. Grab
Shout
a
out P.
slice. Yeah. Some stuff I didn't catch up on yesterday from over the weekend. We didn't talk about the U.S. men's national team. They drew England and Iran in the World Cup next fall.
That's right.
So that'll be exciting.
And potentially, we don't know the fourth team. There's a play-in game because guess who's in the play-in game? The country getting invaded and bombed. They can't really
Right.
play. They can't really play a soccer game right now since their entire country's been invaded.
delayed.
So they have a June. Ukraine is playing, I think, Sweden or someone in June.
Scotland and
Scotland.
Wales. And
That's
Ukraine.
right. So hopefully, I mean, Ukraine might get in. That would be Ukraine, Iran, and England with USA. That's
Well, either way, because Wales and Scotland with England is also crazy.
that's true. It's gonna be a wild group. Yeah.
And we will certainly lose, but it'll be a good couple games.
well,
I don't
we'll
know.
not
I-
advance. Well,
I don't
we
know.
have a shot to advance.
Look, I don't want to say anything because we're recording this right before UNC. But if UNC wins at 75-1, I might push it to the 80-1 USA team to win the World Cup. We'll see.
Okay. Oracle Mark has not yet spoken.
Well, yeah.
Guys, also the House, they passed the bill, the MORE Act, which
Right.
is the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act. That would remove cannabis from the list of banned federal substances, take out past certain offenses, impose a 5% federal tax on cannabis. That increases to 8% to fund programs aimed at helping communities affected by the war on drugs. It's not going to pass the Senate, and I believe it passed in 2020 as well,
Right.
the House.
It's the second time it's passed the House.
But a little bit more support. It's pretty much the only cool thing Matt Gaetz has ever done is voted for that.
So it decriminalizes marijuana. Is that correct? It
Yeah,
doesn't
but
legalize
most
it, right? But
importantly, no. I mean, it's a step towards it, but the
But here's
expungement,
something.
the E of it.
Right, but here's something about
oh,
it.
expungement. Okay. Yeah.
Here's something crazy that it does. It creates new federal crimes for selling like illegally grown legal weed. So
Right,
it's like
that's new because that's new, right? Yeah.
right.
yeah,
It's like a really weird bill. Like, so there's no way this version would ever get through the Senate. On top of the fact that it's not going to get through because they probably don't like want their own version or whatever. So it's just like it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen.
It would just be nice to like drive around with a reasonable amount of flour that my wife and I would like to smoke for a couple months in West Texas and not get thrown in jail. That would like
Right.
if I
You
get
can
pulled
do that
over.
today. It's called being white.
Yeah.
Trust
I mean,
me.
some of those cops out there in West
Yeah, but
Texas.
your asshole still puckers up when you're in
Yeah.
the car.
Oh,
with that
yeah,
shit.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it should be federally legal. I think 91% of citizens want it. It's all politics at this point. So to get through, it's got to have the like favorable politics, and this bill does not have
There you
it.
go. Schumer apparently is working on something similar in the Senate. They why don't we get the House and the Senate together, maybe smoke a little grass?
They
Ooh, good
should,
idea,
but I think
good
they've
idea.
all smoked a lot of grass, and the majority of them are like, "We want a different bill than this one."
Oh, no, that's the problem, Will, is the people that are still shitting on this bill are essentially still marijuana scaredies. Like, they're people who be like, marijuana is still going to ruin the kids. There's a couple of them
Well,
left.
but some people are for the legalization, just not all the extra stuff that this bill comes with. There's a lot of regulation.
Plus, they
We'll
like
keep
to
you
just
updated.
they like to just do nothing in that Congress. Really, they like to.
That's
just
true.
In general,
Coke,
they don't-
Coke and orgies.
Right.
Yeah.
Except, yeah.
Oh,
But
man,
that
at
guy,
least the-
now they're turning on that guy.
Well-
The Republicans have endorsed his challenger now.
Cawthorn. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So, very hilarious. Madison Cawthorn came out and said that it was the left and the media that twisted his words, but it was really House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy that was pissed at Cawthorn. And now, Cawthorn has a hilarious competitor. I mean, this guy is just, he's just a North Carolina man.
Here's how Cawthorn fucked it up is because he said like verbatim, it's people that I used to look up to. So he called out his own party essentially with the coke and orgies.
Well, they're all challenging him to name names, and he
right. He said it's these people that I used to look up to
Well,
growing
who's the
up.
guy on
So,
Fox? I forget his name. The Fox
read between
guy.
the lines, but
He came out today and he had the same take we did, which is it didn't happen.
right, it's fake. It's probably fake. I mean, he
Either
didn't
nut
get
up
the
and
invite.
say it didn't happen.
Tom Tillis, who took out the kissing machine, called by Hard Factor, the North Carolina senator. He is the one who's like the big dick in North Carolina that's come out and been like, Madison's a joke. He needs to leave. Whatever the state of North Carolina is, and I forget their nickname.
I feel like it's more cocaine and orgy parties from like the interns on Capitol Hill than
It's definitely not
Yeah.
at their home.
just
What do you call them? A cocaine and orgy event at their homes.
Soiree.
Mansion's probably got some high quality coke, but it's not like at his boat party. But it's not how he was describing it.
To their point, if he's seen like a major person on Capitol Hill just snorting cocaine in a bathroom, like if he's seen
Which he
McConnell or
has.
Pelosi
He has.
do that, which he like kind of infers in the interview, then name it. And that's the thing
Right.
is everybody's like, just name it, buddy.
I think he wanted
And
to sound cool on a
Right.
podcast.
He's like, well, actually, I've
Yeah.
just seen the chief of staff of one of the reps in Florida, and then
Right.
another comms guy in the Senate.
He was doing the thing where he showed a picture of a hot girl on his phone. He's like, I'm tapping this. Like he was trying to sound cool on a podcast, He's like, yeah.
He definitely saw someone do coke. He did not get invited
Okay.
to an orgy.
right, but he
there's
didn't
no
see
way.
like a huge name do it. That's
No.
the thing. It's
It's
not
like an intern.
he's or just an employee. There's so many people that work on Capitol Hill.
Exactly.
Sorry, Madison, my keys smell funny. I just wanted to check and see if they still smell
And then
funny.
I doubt he's been invited to any orgies. That was probably just a
No.
straight
He's not
lie.
getting invited to anything at this point.
No, he's
It's a
done.
pity invite anyway.
Yeah, it was. It
But-
really was.
Yeah. Watch that race. It's gonna be fucking electric. I do want to see what his competitor came out and was like. If you want celebrities, you can go watch the Kardashians. But if you want a real North Carolina man, you come on down here to North Carolina. Vote for me. I got to see what Madison does to clap back. But let's move on. The Senate Judiciary Committee reached an 11-11 tie along party lines to approve Judge Ketanji Brown. Democrats were prepared for the deadlock and don't think it'll affect her being confirmed by the full
Yeah, I
Senate.
mentioned that was likely 2 weeks ago. The next Monday is when it starts. This upcoming Monday is like when it starts.
Yeah, we should
matter.
know this next week.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
The Sacramento police arrested a 26-year-old man in the shooting that left 6 dead over the weekend.
One person.
One person so far.
But weren't there 100 shots fired or something?
I mean, it was. Yeah, as Wes was saying on yesterday's show, there was it definitely sounded like automatic fire or multiple fire.
Yeah, multiple
I don't
guns
know,
too.
man.
Sounded like automatic.
I don't know. Anyway,
I think that's what I'd read. It was like multiple guns, automatic. Like
One arrest is better than
Full
zero,
automatic.
but I don't think the guy had 4 arms.
no, I know. It wasn't
been
like
a
an
bump
Indian
stock ones.
god or anything.
It's like Boondock Saints. What if it was one guy with 6 guns? He's like, yeah, okay, idiot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
movie though.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Ye real quick. So when the organizers at Golden Voice, that's the company that puts on Coachella, when they went to book Ye for this year's Coachella, you have to imagine there was like a conversation that went something like, okay, so if we pay you this $5 million, Kanye, you're going to show up, right? Like, not like in 2020 when you pulled out of the festival. And look, I know it didn't end up happening because of COVID, but it was still pretty stressful. So if we give you the $5 million, if we promise you the $5 million, you sign the contract, you're going to show up, right? And he was like, yeah, right.
Oh, you got to pay him like in portions.
that was also before the Grammys. The Gammys, sorry.
Yeah.
Gammys,
That
thank
was
you.
before the Gammys.
That was also before February when Ye raised the collective blood pressure of Golden Voice and their entire office when he said he'd cancel his set if Billie Eilish didn't apologize to Travis Scott after she wronged him. And here's what happened. She saw a fan at her concert looking distressed, said on the mic to the fan, do you need an inhaler? Guys, give it some time. Don't crowd. We're taking care of people. Hold on. I'll wait for people to be okay before I keep going. And that was not okay. That was a slight directly at Travis Scott, obviously.
That was the incident.
That's the quote. Dead on.
Taking care of the fans.
She literally, and she was just like, are you okay? Are you cool? Can we get an inhaler?
Well, Pat's missing the part where she said, not like that dirtbag murderer Travis Scott.
Yeah, that
Right.
was off
Was that-
camera.
Was it okay?
Yeah.
No, that didn't happen. Ye's
That was
crazy.
just inferred.
Yeah.
So she
Not
had
inferred.
that written
That's
on
what Ye
the,
inferred.
it was written on the
Yeah.
jumbotron behind
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he heard in his mind. Yeah.
In Ye's head, Apologize to Travis.
It was a big light show. Not like Travis. Not like Travis. Like
Yeah.
right behind her.
And Billie Eilish, who seems to have a pretty good press nose on her, was like, "What? I'm sorry, I didn't say anything, man." Anyway, that kind of blew over, and then Ye still canceled Coachella.
Apologize.
Yeah, he's not doing Coachella, which also means Travis Scott's out.
Because they roll as they're tag
duo
team
now. Yeah.
combo package.
You gotta pay
thousands of lives.
You
Well,
gotta
Travis-
pay Kanye like he's a hitman. You gotta pay some up front, and you gotta wait till the job's done
Oh,
before
they
you pay the
definitely.
rest.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
so the way this works normally,
You can't
right?
give him the whole bag before the show. That's ridiculous.
They
Be
gave
fair,
him.
though, for a concert. This little tag team is like they're a powerhouse to get on your.
well,
concert.
yeah, you're selling
Oh,
tickets. You're selling
yeah,
tickets.
but Ye, to be clear, Ye was
So
doing,
many that the people are crushing each other to get close to the stage.
Ye was doing Travis Scott a favor here, just to be clear, because this is the only way Travis Scott could come back after the Astroworld situation. The $5 million that Ye got paid, that's an estimate. It had nothing to do with Travis Scott. But Travis Scott's obviously out. He wasn't booked on the festival. Coachella was probably like, okay, does it mean that you won't cancel if we allow him to play? Okay, cool.
Is Travis Scott now like or Will Smith is now like Travis Scott with like the insurance companies probably, right?
Dude,
Like
Travis Scott is so fucked. A little inside baseball.
Yeah.
There were absolutely some warnings given and not heeded.
Right.
Over multiple years of that festival.
Right. That's his festival as opposed to headlining that festival every year. He puts it on, so he assumes like liability for that festival. He's
boned.
fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big
he's
time.
fucked.
Big time.
Yeah.
Man,
But
it's
look,
a major what's the face situation?
who's that?
Watered down Baldwin situation.
mhm.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit different. A little, yeah,
Similar because it was
Very
his
similar.
it was his movie.
Except
Yeah.
except he didn't actually trample the kid himself. Baldwin actually pulled the trigger. So
That's
it's
true.
1 degree of separation compared to the Baldwin situation.
Right, but
similar.
many more lawsuits because it was like 50 people to one. So it's actually worse financially for Travis Scott.
Oh, Travis Scott's
Baldwin.
ruined. He's
Yeah.
gonna have to. But unless he
Wow,
does
that's
what
that's
crazy.
Unless he does
Yeah,
what rich
hundreds of
American
lawsuits
corporations
already.
do,
Yeah.
Bankruptcy.
and he can play the
Right.
bankruptcy
Well,
pass-off game.
that's why he's got to not do like any Coachellas he does in the next couple of years just goes to these families anyways. He's got to sit out a few years, wait till it all blows over because any money he makes he's not keeping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to put up the Coachella poster real quick, and I want to ask you guys if you see anything interesting. This is the original Coachella poster that came out, well, probably 5 months ago. 4
Harry
months ago.
Styles.
Oh, Eilish above Ye. No, that's not.
No.
happening.
no, they're
So-
different days.
So yeah, Styles is
Yeah,
headlining
still.
Friday. She's got top billing.
Dude,
Eilish
Swiss
Saturday.
House Mafia retired like 10 years ago.
Oh, Mark, that's exactly what you're noticing. What's
Yeah.
weird about that?
Swedish House Mafia is on its own day, and they're headlining, and they haven't been a band for like 7 to 10 years.
They should have been called Insurance House Mafia because methinks that Golden Voice was doing a little insurance when they booked Swedish House Mafia.
So they're gonna
for a
replace Ye.
reunion. Didn't put them on a day, knowing that Ye
Oh,
might
man.
pull out.
Imagine if you had tickets for that day. You are so disappointed.
You're mad.
Yeah. Unless you're stuck in 2010 because they rocked in 2010. Swiss House Mafia? Hell yeah. That was their year, dude. 2010?
But imagine
Oh,
if
what a
you saved the champagne bottles that you were going to pop at a Swedish House
Yeah.
concert from when they were cool.
Right.
They're worth a lot of
What
money.
they sing, I have no idea who they are.
Their house band. They're like electronica to EDM. Yeah. You'd recognize a few of their songs.
Yeah, they have some hits, but I mean, it's not Kanye.
They were globally popular. Anyway, point being, guys,
I like 'em.
initial reports were that Kim told Kanye to go get help, which I was like, yes, thank God. Please cancel your concerts, do whatever, go to the hospital.
This
But
will be
that's-
the time he listens. Like,
Right.
unlike the last billion times he's been told that.
Yeah, that's not true, though. Jason Lee, who was put in charge of his PR, made a statement saying, quote, Ye monitors all headlines pertaining to him and his family daily. Most all are being fed to media by sources close to the Kardashians, which have been creating a false narrative. That's not only untrue, but further compromises his goal of creating a healthy environment for the beautiful children he shares with Kim. He's been focused on taking care of himself, being a present, loving father, and creative genius well before all these false headlines we've seen recently. That sounds like a yes man that'll last 2 more months, right? Jason's got 2 months on him probably before he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
If that.
Everyone, really.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's get to the
Revolving
cream of the
door.
crop.
Yeah. It is a revolving door.
Yeah, I've met 2 people
Working
in my
for
life
Kanye,
who
Jesus.
managed Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a shelf life on that job.
There's a lot of people that have managed Kanye. Is my
It's
point.
like press
a great
secretary for
resume
Trump.
builder, though.
Yeah.
All right.
The cream of the crop!
Okay, guys, let's talk about social media. Social media roundup. Emperor Musk, he purchased a 9.2% stake in Twitter, making him the largest shareholder in Twitter with 73 million shares.
Whoa.
The stock went up 27% on Monday after it was announced that he bought the right wing of the bird, or the beak. It's 10% of the bird he owns.
10% of the bird, like a leg, like
A leg.
Yeah.
A meaty thigh of the
full,
bird.
a full
he's got
leg.
he's got a drumstick.
Like a
Just
drumstick.
like what he did
down.
with PayPal.
Ooh, and Tesla.
Yeah. Oh, Tesla. Yeah.
Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla.
More Tesla. That's what's
More like Tesla.
Yeah, so he was acquiring stock for like a week or so until it was finally announced via SEC disclosure. Shit must be awkward for Parag Agrawal. I always have trouble saying that. Who took over as the CEO of Twitter back in November when co-founder CEO Jack Dorsey left, especially because the guy that dropped this meme, this is a fun meme that was dropped back in November when Dorsey left. Here it is. It's Joseph Stalin, okay?
Oh, shit.
Right, and it's Agrawal as Stalin.
Oh, my God.
And Dorsey is the Soviet secret police chief, Nikolai Yezhov, and he's being pushed into the water.
And now he owns 10% of Twitter.
Yeah,
That's
Elon
awesome,
tweeted that.
Man.
Yeah.
Biggest shareholder.
He's
Yep,
like his
well,
boss. Yeah, I mean, look, Jack Dorsey's a weird fucking guy, but he's looking like a genius getting the fuck out of there and
Right.
taking the money and running right now. Like,
Well, plus his
Twitter's
stock is up huge now.
Twitter's a dumps. Yeah, he made another couple $100 million today.
Oh, so Elon spent like 2.8 billion, right? But he's already up 800 million based upon the stock price surging.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, people are probably pretty excited about the him becoming the largest shareholder to balance out Twitter, which is largely seen as like just a liberal like echo chamber.
It would balance out the guy who's the CEO now, who he put in that meme, right? Like Elon is the opposite of that guy. It seems like. In
Parag.
terms,
I mean,
yeah.
and he doesn't
Yeah.
like him.
Right. So I mean, it is kind of funny to have them both
Parag's time
be
is
the
just-
top two guys at Twitter. Yeah.
Parag's time is just probably short. I mean, we'll see if they can make
He's
it
a
last for a long time.
transitional boss. Elon becoming the number one shareholder doesn't help his cause. You know, he's like an interim coach.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jack knew this was coming too, because he had tweeted like cryptically about how he regretted his role in doing what he did, what Twitter became over the
No,
weekend.
Yeah,
I don't think that happened.
well,
Maybe.
Unlike Cawthorn, he probably went to a Coke an orgy party where Elon was like, "I'm buying Twitter soon."
Here's what happened.
Oh no, I must
You can kind of
prevail
follow.
my thoughts to the public.
You can kind of follow Elon's train of thought pretty publicly. So on March 25th, he tweeted, quote, "Free speech is essential to a functioning democracy. Do you believe Twitter rigorously adheres to this principle?" And it was a poll. And then more than 70% or 2 million users on Twitter responded no.
And then he bought it.
And that
Bought-
kicked
yeah.
off the I'm going to buy Twitter situation. He also
Damn,
asked,
that guy's got
does there
money.
need to be a new platform, Mark? That's that article you sent me earlier today.
So yeah, it
He
probably
asked that
did
same
lead,
question.
lead to Jack's like
People said no.
morose, right? I mean,
Well, so Jack has an idea for a decentralized version of Twitter, right, with no oversight, some sort of DeFi blockchain situation.
Oh, that
And-
sounds
Right, but-
totally cool.
right, but Elon having to buy his old baby to
Let's
fix
do a
it
12
is
chan.
probably led to him being a little depressed and tweeting that he regretted his decisions.
Oh, potentially. I don't know how him and Dorsey are working, where they're at. I don't
Dorsey
know
should just
where
take
those
his
two
money
are.
and go to the beach and play hacky sack. Like,
Oh, I
just
think that's
mean
what
that-
he's doing.
Yeah.
He out of the blue over the weekend was like, I really regret.
Oh, I
the way
didn't see
things
that.
went with Twitter.
Oh,
I
okay,
didn't
yeah,
see
yeah.
that. I didn't see that.
So Dorsey owns 2.9% of Twitter. So I mean,
He still made money off this deal.
he's
yeah.
cool, man. He's cool.
Yeah.
Let's take it over to the freest space on the internet, Donald Trump's Truth Social. Well, real quick before we do, I saw a funny tweet, and it was I didn't screen cap it, but it was liberals before Elon Musk, and it was Twitter's private company, can do whatever it wants. Liberals post Elon Musk. We needed some government oversight on this Twitter situation.
I mean, that will be what happens, right? I mean,
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
there was just a never-ending cycle with that. That's just the way it goes.
Right. But I am interested in some sort of DeFi, decentralized thing. We'll see. That's the one Dorsey idea that Elon is interested in pursuing potentially.
But what does that even mean? DeFi
No one knows
social
what any
media
of it
platform.
means.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
He's talking about how social media got centralized into just like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
Right.
You know, there's only a couple channels, and so he's talking.
sounds
about
like
he wants to
8chan.
take it back to the day when there was all those forums.
Yeah,
all
it
the
sounds
different-
like 8chan, which was like that's
right.
like an abortion of a website. Why would he? Why would he want to go back to those
Mark,
days?
But
You're
more
drawing
freedom of
conclusions.
choice and freedom
Yeah.
of information.
You're
for the
drawing
user.
conclusions.
That's like where the QAnon guy that's like
No.
handicapped and all those people
You're
like
drawing conclusions again.
That's where you
No.
hide child porn.
yeah,
Yes,
no
that
one.
is where you
Yeah,
do.
exactly. And in plain sight, really.
Yeah.
It's a little different than that, but
Yeah, let's have a DeFi social media platform. That sounds great.
let's get into it on a different episode. Okay, anyway, yeah, back over to the freest place on the internet, Truth Social. Josh Adams and Billy Boozer. I guess these guys are two tech entrepreneurs, smart guys. They had joined Truth Social as the company's chiefs of technology and product development. They've resigned, and this is right before the company's trying to relaunch their app after their failed launch back in February. And I didn't know this, but there's been $1 billion invested into the parent company, Trump Media and Technology Group, and that's the company that Devin Nunes actually went to run. So there's a cold billion pumped in there, and these guys can't get this shit right.
A lot of money, yeah.
Insiders are saying that these two guys leaving is a really bad sign.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's making his own when Getter exists. I thought that was the whole point.
Right.
Right. I don't know, but I will say this
Because that's like a website that actually works. It's literally just red Twitter. I thought that was like going to be the thing that he used because he's allowed on there.
You know, Trump has a history of starting shit, and if it doesn't work out, he pulls it. Like he pulled his newsletter,
Or like, yeah, like he was like one of the football owners of like the
AFL or whatever it was.
USFL.
Yeah. XFL or whatever.
XFL, yeah, whatever it was.
USFL, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Trump
Marriages.
University.
Herschel Walker League.
Yeah.
Marriages, the university that he
Trump
did for a
Steaks.
little while. Yeah, stakes. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I brought up the $1 billion. But pouring gas on that dumpster fire over there. Former Trump advisor Roger Stone, this is kind of hilarious. He's been complaining about a post that he tried to make on Truth Social that was censored. So I guess the post.
No way.
Yeah. This was the image, and it was an image of an old Donald Trump campaign button reform party. But the copy that he tried to post that got censored was Trump also warns against a growing threat of terrorism by radical Islam mix in the predicted by. This is a quote, so I'm not fucking this up, even though I'm sorry, I'm a motor mouth sometimes.
Well,
Trump
Roger
also
Stone,
warns against a growing threat of terrorism by radical Islam mix in the predicted the 9/11 attack.
Islam mix, is that like a Irish Islamic guy?
I don't know.
Islam mix.
I don't know, but I wonder if Trump got that tip from Kid
Okay.
Rock. But no, yeah, I guess Roger Stone tried to post that. It got censored. He says it's a glitch, and then he posted
Yeah,
it without
it's probably
the
like
copy.
anything with his name in it gets automatically censored until they review it, and they never review it. And
They have an AI censorship bot, apparently. Anyway,
which just makes a lot of sense for like the truth.
Well, then why do they even do it?
That was one of the criticisms of Truth Social. I remember when it first came out, was people were like, "It's really strict."
Yeah, why would they do that?
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, that's a cup of coffee in the big time.
Nice. And today's cup of coffee was brought to you by Harry's. All right. This is the best razor blades out there, the best that you can get your hands on. This March, dump the madness of your old, expensive shaving routine by trying Harry's. Harry's is the underdog of the razor world, coming in at a more affordable cost below the competition, but never sacrificing quality to get you there. New customers can redeem a Harry's trial set for just $3 when you go to harrys.com/hardfactor. I'm going to pull out the box so you guys can see.
$3.
Yeah. $3 gets you this box.
What?
What are you talking about? Yeah,
Look at
it's
this
ridiculous.
box right here. That's a beautiful handled razor right there. A bunch of replacement cartridges, shaving cream, the whole nine. And Harry's, I mean, guys, have you ever used the Harry's razor?
Yeah, they're the best.
I haven't used a razor in years, but I assume they're very good.
I only shave once a week.
Yeah.
Besides the stash, but I look forward to it. Ever since I started using Harry's, because it's just a phenomenal experience. It leaves your skin feeling fresh, completely smooth. Harry's believes you shouldn't have to choose between a close, comfortable shave and a fair price, so they give you both. In fact, Harry's blades are designed to stay sharp longer. In a recent study, guys who shave 4 times a week said their 8th shave was as smooth as their first, and I only shave once a week. My blades last
That's
forever.
gonna last you forever. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. And at the price, unbeatable. That's a better experience with every shave and savings over time. Harry's is giving their best offer to our listeners right now. New Harry's customers can redeem a starter set. You get 5 blade razor, a weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover to protect your blades when you're on the go. That's a $13 value for just $3. There's truly never been a better time to try Harry's. Go to harrys.com/hardfactor. That's specific URL to try Harry's today. harrys.com/hardfactor. Starter kit, just $3. Wow. Truly, Harry's is amazing. Really, really great stuff.
$3? Jesus.
Yeah. Well, and this handle they send you in the starter kit, it's better than like the normal handle.
Someone might want to tell Harry's about inflation. That seems a little bit low, but okay, $3.
They're the underdogs, Mark.
Yeah.
They're coming in below the competition. All right, let's talk about another advancement for mankind. Not just Harry's that gives you the best shave possible. This is a science advancement, fellas. I'm talking about the human genome. Not sure if you guys have seen this headline floating around, but it's a doozy. Stuff like this. Complete human genome sequence for the first time in major breakthrough. Whoa.
You're gonna have to dumb that down for me.
Or this one. Scientists have finally sequenced the complete human genome and revealed new genetic secrets.
See,
wow.
That
Look
looked
at
at DNA. I don't know. What is a genome?
When I see that, I think of cloning humans and curing cancer. Those
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
Wes.
yeah.
No, you're right on it. It's literally like the blueprint for human beings. That's a genome.
Wow.
I'm kind of mad, man. I had what I thought was the sequenced human genome on
Wes
the
nailed
wall for a while. And
Did you really?
I figured they'd completed it because they printed it out and it was on
Pat,
the wall.
Pat, that's a good point. That's right, though. At long last, since the USA created the National Human Genome Research Institute in 1989, and almost 20 years, Pat, after the first working model of a complete human genome was unveiled in 2003, the final 8% of the complete human genome has recently been fully sequenced.
That's
by
the dick.
Several scientists in an international consortium.
That's incredible.
They
That's
finished the dick.
pretty huge. Like the project is complete.
Yeah, it's been in the works since 1989. The newly completed genome, dubbed T2T CHM13. There it is, fellas.
Holy shit.
Human blueprint.
Look at the top left. How are you supposed to read that?
Yeah, you have to be a scientist. I can't tell you how to.
Yeah,
that represents a major upgrade from the
Makes
current.
me
Put it back up. I almost got it.
Makes me angry how dumb I
Wes.
am. Yeah.
Did you figure that out?
Couple more
Downloaded
minutes.
it?
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Processed it? Nice.
How do they not see that last 8%? It's right there.
Wes has got it for us now. All right. That represents a major upgrade from the current reference genome called GRCH38, which is used by doctors when searching for mutations linked to disease, as well as by scientists when looking at the evolution of humans. So just like you said, Wes, curing cancer and figuring out, like, basically they have the blueprint for humans, so they can figure out variances from that. And so the way they got it, they used a rare type of embryonic tumor called damn it. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to say this one.
Just going strong and fast.
Hydidiform mole that only has the father's genome, making it easier to study and sequence than a human which has 2 sets, both the mother and the father. So they use this use Adam. Yeah, it's like it's gross. It's crazy. It's like a fossilized fetus kind of thing turned to a tumor.
Men would save humanity.
Yep.
Yeah. Take that, women.
It would. And taking it to the scientists. Let's hear what the scientists have to say.
Just because you can give birth and all, how about that?
Yeah,
how about that, though?
How about the human genome? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, did they sequence you?
Yeah.
Nope. They didn't.
They sure didn't. It did require a woman to carry it, though, and turn it into that thing.
Yeah,
Hydidiform mole. We all played our part, including the scientists. Here's what they had to say. Uncovering the complete sequence of these formerly missing regions of the genome told us so much about how they organized, which was totally unknown for many chromosomes, said Nicholas Altimos, a postdoctoral fellow at the University of California, Berkeley, and co-author of 4 new papers about the completed genome. He goes on, before we had the blurriest picture of what there was, and now it's crystal clear.
Wow.
Down to the single base pair resolution. So as we have discussed, fellas, they've basically finished mapping out the human blueprint completely. And
he said 92% sounds good, but would you like to go 92% of your flight than the engine gives out?
exactly,
Think of it that way.
he poses a big question for you to think about. You need the whole blueprint.
Yeah.
They uncovered. I'm not smart enough to explain what they uncovered, but the last 8% was very important, and it has to do with how proteins interact with DNA and stuff. But enormous for the future of healthcare and also understanding how humans evolved in the first place.
We did it. We did it.
Yeah, I mean, finally. And here's another scientist. He followed up. He said, in the future, when someone has their genome sequenced, we will be able to identify all of the variants in their DNA and use that information to better guide their healthcare, said Adam Philippi, one of the leaders of T2T and senior investigator at the National Human Genome Research Institute of the National Institutes of Health. And he finished by saying, it's truly the human genome sequence was like putting on a new pair of glasses. Now that we can clearly see everything, we're one step closer to understanding what it all means. And you can't make that up. Literally 2 glasses analogies from the scientists that were the first to sequence the human genome.
Hit them with the glasses analogy. They'll get it. They'll get it.
Something they'll understand.
Yeah, something they'll understand. Really bad eyesight.
You gotta love science.
Clear vision.
Biggest accomplishment ever. And they're just like, wow, it's like getting a new pair of bifocals.
It's like getting rejected when you ask out your crush to the dance.
You know the feeling?
Yeah.
Just a fresh pair. Oh, you can see so clearly.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But yeah,
Nerds.
so now.
Good job, nerds.
Yeah, way to go. Now you can see under the hood of the human. We know how humans are built, like all the way down to like how the processes work, the biological processes, all the way from DNA.
I don't want to throw out a wild conspiracy theory that has no basis whatsoever, but is this possibly what Bill Gates and those bastards at the Wuhan Institute were up to? They were trying to get the COVID out there so we could get the rest of the genome fixed.
No, I was going to say they this. I'm glad they didn't discover this before.
I take it back. That's insensitive. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Wait, yeah,
I didn't even mean to bring it up.
Who knows? I mean, it is the science field, right, Mark? I mean, that's where the labs are. What were you saying, Wes, about?
I said now Fauci could really fuck us if he wanted to.
Oh,
yeah. True.
Now he's got the keys.
You think he can reverse it?
Right, reverse engineer how to destroy everyone.
He knows more now. Yeah, this is actually a bad thing.
To strengthen Fauci's hand.
His empire.
This is bad, guys.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say good.
Yeah, that's good.
Also, probably good that we found this out though before, like whatever China's going to do with all the DNA they're collecting. This has to be helpful, right? To like,
I think it's open source, the genome.
Right.
Is it?
It is for everybody, but now at least whenever China unleashes the DNA weapon, now everybody knows how the.
This is basically this in combination with what China's doing is Gattaca had it right.
It's
now a race to kill everyone.
Gattaca, the movie Gattaca, they're going to create the perfect like genetic humans that are like, like we can all run a 4.340. We're all 6'3" and handsome and stuff like that.
It's getting real close. Yeah, to being able to like engineer, like even once somebody's pregnant, being able to manipulate the genes or something.
Yeah. Do you want a perfect child?
What do you mean they can do that now?
Well,
even more.
But like more like more like something in a way where it's happening all the time.
Yeah.
First, it'll be for only the ultra rich, and then I mean, like that at least according to those movies. Which I mean, it seems like they had it.
Sounds like Gattaca to me.
Yeah.
You want blue hair and a big dick? Oh, no problem. Come right up. Blue eyes and a big dick.
Ooh, this is a new one. Yeah, it's like customizing your kid.
Yeah,
that's a
great
choice.
Thank God they cracked that human genome.
Blue hair was a mistake. Blue eyes.
Oh, there you go.
What kind of dick you got under there?
Yeah, blue hair must be big. Okay, you guys ready? Take a little trip.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Oh, it feels good. I haven't done that in a while. First up, gentlemen, let's go to the Ukraine, to a small town called Izium, which is a city situated on the Donets River in the Kharkiv Oblast. I guess that's a region of eastern Ukraine. Here's a little map to let you know kind of where it is. There's Kharkiv up there and then northwest of it. So we all know Kharkiv has been one of the hardest fought areas of the whole war. Citizens there are using every tactic they can to defend their land from the Russian military, including the old wolf in sheep's clothing, as was demonstrated by some residents of Izium after they offered the tired and hungry Russian soldiers some food, stuffed buns, which, you know, after a long day of slaughtering civilians and raping women, who wouldn't want a nice, you know, stuffed bun? Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Here's what they look like. Beef
Sounds
pilled.
delicious.
They're called like pyriskis over there.
Oof.
Yeah. They look pretty
great.
good.
Yeah, they look great. Yeah.
You can't resist that after a day of pillaging.
It's like a meteor kolache. Oof.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
like the perfect food to fuel up to do that again, to attack again the next day. Yeah.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. Thank you.
Yeah.
Only thing is, after eating the buns, the soldiers started to feel a little bit ill. And that's because the locals poisoned those bastards from the 3rd Motor Rifle Division, killing 2 of them and sending another 28 to the hospital. Nice.
That's
Right.
that's awesome.
Classic.
You can't really say how dare you in that situation since you were
No.
just killing them, you know? Like,
Right.
You also
Yeah.
really have to question the judgment of the Russian soldiers here.
Yeah.
Taking food from the people that they're actively hunting.
Yeah.
Right.
Why don't you eat up and we'll tell you.
Exactly. Exactly. And this poisoning happened not long.
Smells delicious, but it's poisoned. They're
Oh.
leaving it in windowsills.
Did you smell my piatskis? I was drying. I was cooling them on the sill.
Yeah, they're just
Fresh up
leaving
the
them
oven.
in the windowsills. They're not even giving them to them. They're like having them steal them.
Oh, that's so flattering. My piatskis. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So they got fucked.
Briskis.
This happened not long after 500 Russian troops fell ill due to alcohol poisoning. And they're not sure if that was actually confirmed to have come from Ukrainian civilians or not. But here's a picture that was posted on the Directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, which says Ukrainians resist the occupiers by all available means. According to the available information, the locals of Izium district cooked Russians from the 3rd Russian Motor Division with poisoned cakes. As a result, 2 of the invaders were dead, and then 500 of the soldiers of the 3 Motorist Division fell ill from alcohol. This guy's just chugging a Jim Beam bottle that may or may not have been poisoned by Ukrainians. And Russia
Or it was
is
just alcohol.
Wow.
what's that?
Was it just
Yeah.
alcohol? They just can they just
No,
can't
they're
handle
poisoning
themselves?
it.
No, the
They had
Russians can
horrible
handle their
headaches
alcohol.
the next day. Yeah.
They knew the Russians weren't going to have MREs, so they
Right.
poisoned the food that they left behind. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
insane. This is it's
pretty smart.
such poor preparation by Russia and smart by Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Russia's not counting those the deaths of the 2 bun eaters as combat losses, but they should. They should count them as double, if you ask me, because they're idiots.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of like gaffes from Russia. I saw that they were running out of Ukrainian parts
Yeah.
for some of their military.
Good
stuff.
luck getting replacement Ukrainian parts.
Right. Yeah.
Russian military.
Right.
Yeah.
They're bombing the factories
What if we gave you a really good deal?
of the parts they're running out of.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
of
no.
their weaponry.
Yeah. So last week from CNBC, NATO estimated that between 7,000 and 15,000 Russian troops have died. Up to 40,000 have been injured or killed or injured in the first month of the Ukrainian invasion. So they're not doing too great. They're
wild.
they're
Yeah.
pulling back, but they're like carnage as they pull back. Hopefully, they're not just pulling back so they can just decimate these
the
areas.
mass burials. Where
the
was
mass
that?
graves, exactly.
Yeah.
The Ukrainian civilians
Bucha
are
or
not doing
Bucha?
great.
I don't know
either.
how you say it.
It's
but
a gross invasion.
crazy.
There's a
It
lot of
is.
loss of lives on both sides.
It is.
Yeah, but they're pulling back from Kharkiv, right? And they're it's like the most of the focus now. It seems like they're trying to annex Mariupol, right? I mean, it seems
Yes. Yeah. I don't think they have any problem doing that, but I mean, they destroyed it. I don't know what the fuck they want it now.
right. They'll annex the rubble of Mariupol.
Right. Exactly.
The word genocide is getting tossed around a lot more.
Oh, it is. It's
Zelensky and Klitschko and people are. It's becoming more common every day that it's being called a genocide now.
100%.
I mean, that's the words that the Russians were using to their people to justify the invasion because the Ukrainians were genociding Russians.
Well, that's a major right. It's
How's that?
definitely a word.
It's
that's
not.
like
It's
a-
propaganda. That's the propaganda they were selling to the Russian people about why
and they were Nazis. Yeah.
the invasion was happening.
It's a major fire you up word. Genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Major.
rightfully so. I mean, yeah.
Well,
Right.
Okay.
Genocide's
Let's.
bad. Yeah.
Genocide's
For
bad.
sure. It's what. But I'm saying to Pat's point, that's why it's been used
Yeah.
on all sides as a motivator and stuff. And the USA, I don't know if they'd agreed with Zelensky's assessment of it yet, but it's definitely getting thrown around.
Pretty damn close, it seems like.
Yeah.
I don't know what the number has to be, but it looks like genocide to me.
Yeah, me too.
All right, guys, let's move on. Guys, usually when Stephen Hawking said something, people paid attention. So before he died in 2018, he warned us about contacting other life forms and aliens out there. He said something like, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." Actually, his direct quote was, "If you look at history, contact between humans and less intelligent organisms have often been disastrous from their point of view, and encounters between civilizations with advanced versus primitive technologies have gone badly for the less advanced." So you look at pretty much any time a more advanced civilization has conquered a less civilized, and it ends horribly for the less civilized.
Think of it like this. So you have a new coworker that comes in and you give them a training, and they're not getting the training. You give it to them maybe one more time. If they don't pick up on it, you fire them. Think about it like that. It's just on a civilization level. Like they come down and they're like, okay, we're going to teach you a few things and we're not understanding it. They're going to just fucking run us over. Right.
It's like what we did with Native Americans.
Right. Exactly.
All that kind of stuff.
And that's coming from a guy who probably could be cured, being like, don't contact the advanced civilization.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Or what if people are banking on the fact that these aliens are so advanced that they have outgrown violence, because that's the pinnacle of evolution.
Right. So they're the ultimate level of woke.
Right.
That's what I was going to play a clip, but I didn't want to get us demonetized. It was from Rogan, where Neil deGrasse Tyson is talking about this exact quote from Stephen Hawking, and that's what kind of Tyson is banking on.
Right. I know he does. Yeah, he believes that
they're not so violent, whatever. But Stephen Hawking.
Maybe I'll find my wife.
I think deGrasse Tyson should watch Dune again, because that's probably a more realistic version. That there's some peaceful ones and then probably some not, if there's a bunch of advanced aliens out there.
Right. Yeah. But guess what, guys? Here's the headline of the day: scientists to broadcast Earth's location to aliens, ignoring Stephen Hawking's warning. So fuck me. And
he's dead, right? So he can't
give him our address.
Yeah.
Well,
they doxed us. They doxed us to the aliens.
They're mocking him in death too. Yeah. As soon as he gave that warning, somebody in the room was like, "Shut up, Stephen!" And somebody started laughing.
They sent the aliens the address in Stephen Hawking's robot voice.
Yeah. So this actually happened. This isn't the first time that they're thinking about doing this. Back in '74, the Arecibo telescope here in Puerto Rico. Look how big that fucking thing is. Jeez. They sent a message out, interstellar radio message carrying basic information about humanity and Earth that was sent to the globular star cluster M13, and it was meant as a demonstration of human technological achievement rather than a real attempt to enter into conversation. And it had bits arranged into 73 lines and characters in binary code. And then if you decoded it, it was a visual graphic consisting of a stick figure, our solar system, DNA, and the telescope that sent it.
We're dead.
Why wouldn't you send this message from Mars to see if they destroy Mars first?
Yeah, bounce it off Mars.
Bounce it off Mars.
Or even Venus.
And then have some bots up there just to see if they come and try to meet at Mars peacefully. But if they just blow up Mars, then you're like, oh, that was a mistake. We should not send.
They should definitely be starting any message that we send out as the people of Jupiter.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. To trick them a little bit. Don't send them straight to Earth.
Also, you should make a deal with Elon as Earth to make sure that he's the one that takes care of all meeting aliens.
Is he okay with
for
this?
us once he gets there first?
I haven't heard what Elon says, but the first message didn't get us all enslaved. And now these nerds with too much funding are going to send out a new one called the Beacon in the Galaxy, or the BITG message, which is basically a sophisticated dinner bell with the giant aliens in the galaxy, and will then hear and then come and treat us like that Pope, dunking the baby over and over again. And here's a quote,
West.
Or whatever the fucking.
Well, it was like an Eastern Orthodox.
Close enough. Quote from some nerd at Cambridge studying this horrible idea. Quote, extended from the 1974 Arecibo message, and the 1999 and 2003 cosmic call. I guess they did it again. The main part of the BIT message contains a new set of graphical information in the form of images and special alphabets to represent numbers, elements, DNA, land, ocean, and human, etc., starting by an artificial header and footer that consists of prime numbers. So
Are they sending them the genome?
they might be.
That's ours, Will.
Oh
They
my
probably are.
goodness.
It
Then
tells
they're
us,
just going to make humans and come and replace us.
it tells them our weaknesses. We're weak to fire.
This is so thirsty. This is like double texting.
We need oxygen.
Someone
We're
you're
weak
trying
to
to hook
fire.
up with.
Yeah.
Like we just keep sending the message out.
Hey,
Is it
bitch, check
third
out,
time?
check
Yeah,
out my
this is-
genome.
How
Check
horny
out
are
my
we for these
genome, babe.
aliens? Yeah, come and get it.
Very horny.
Hey, me again.
It's just a picture of a butt.
Just want to see if you still had plans.
Hey,
Jonathan Zhang, he's the project lead and scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Here we go, NASA, those fuckheads. Told Newsweek that the BITG message also depicts a group of cosmic landmarks to indicate the location of Earth within the Milky Way galaxy. Just a treasure map where here's where you can find the weakest civilization in the galaxy if you want to come and destroy it in the most horrific way possible.
This is like the start of Curly's Gold, except they're murdering aliens.
Yeah.
And
It's the sequel
Where
to
the
City
gold?
Slickers, if anyone's curious.
that's right.
Yeah.
City Slickers 2, The Legend of
Slickers
Curly's
2,
Gold.
right, yeah.
In case anyone didn't get Will's
Sequel.
reference that he gave in the cold with the subtitle of City Slickers 2.
City
A part of the
Slickers
subtitle.
2.
Everybody
Part of
knows the
subtitle.
Legend of Curly's Gold. Pat.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Ah, shit bigger than you.
So
Didn't he have a twin?
Jack
Yes, he
Palance,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
They pulled the twin
It's the
maneuver.
original landfill.
Yeah.
So just to close it out, this message hasn't been broadcasted yet, but the
great.
scientists propose a potential future transmission from the 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope in China, which we should probably destroy, and the SETI,
Doing that.
and the SETI
They're
Institute,
pressing send on this
Wait
one.
till we get back from Florida, please, to
yeah.
send this.
California too. So we should
California
just,
too?
yeah, the SETI Institute's Allen Telescope Array.
That's where
which
they
is all
made
those-
the genome at, California. Oh my gosh.
In the state of.
We need to destroy these things.
This is crazy.
Well, okay. Well, if that didn't make you want a caliper, the subject of this last story sure as shit could have used a caliper. You'll find out in a few minutes. And the reason is because caliper's dissolvable CBD powder has absolutely no flavor, and it's more effective than CBD oils because it's clinically proven to deliver 30 times more CBD in the first 30 minutes than CBD oil. That's insane. When the alternative feels like you're eating a handful of grass, flavorless is a no-brainer. You go flavorless over grass 10 times out of 10.
or flavored.
Guys, laziness is cool now too, right? We talked about no-mo May, so why don't you just get your CBD on and get lazy? Caliper CBD powder packets are carefully measured to contain exactly 20 milligrams, so you can put zero effort into figuring out your dosage. You know what I mean? Because not stressing is the whole point of this. That's why you're taking it, right? No high though, so Caliper CBD is always THC free. You don't have to worry about like failing a drug test. It's totally legal. You don't get any trippy side effects. You just get that calming, get that calming feeling. And like we said, no guesswork.
One right now.
There you go. No guesswork. Precisely 20 milligrams in each packet. And it's developed by food scientists, rigorously tested for purity and quality, all natural, vegan, non-GMO, free of fillers, added chemicals, and artificial flavors. It's the best. Will's doing a Swift stick. Those are the ones you don't even need to put in liquid. Just right on the mouth, and maybe a sip of water afterwards or whatever. You don't even really need that, but that's the Swift sticks. The regular ones, also those are also 20 milligrams. But get flavorless with Caliper CBD. Get 20% off your first order with promo code FACTOR at trycaliper.com/factor. Try it risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund. That's try. TURY, Caliper, CALIPER.com/factor. Don't forget promo code FACTOR for 20% off your first order. All right. What's every single guy's dream on a flight? Like when you're boarding a flight?
Mile High Club.
Okay, before that though.
Free booze.
Yeah, upgrade to first class.
Okay. I mean, we're all okay. Will's closest. To get sat next to a super hottie, right?
A chatty super
Right.
hottie.
But then like eventually that would lead to
Right.
Mile High
you were,
Club.
You were closest by far, Will. Yeah, you were closest by far. Single guy who wants to get sat next to a hottie, take her to the Mile High Club, right?
I like a skinny, ugly chick. That way I don't care.
I know,
Well,
but
Everybody
You're also
wants
not
wants
single.
to visit.
And I can snore and
Takes the
Everybody
pressure off.
wants to
Big.
visit the Mile High Club.
you're also
at
not
least
single.
once.
This is for a single
right.
guy that's horny, right?
Fair enough.
Well, even now today, with my wife, I would say that if I was to get into the Mile High Club, that would still be the pinnacle of that would be the best possible outcome.
Sure, but let's take
Not
away
interested.
wives and girlfriends.
I'm saying
Pretend
like
like
it's
you're
not going
single,
to happen, but it would be awesome.
like the guy in this story who's
Like
single.
we're not. We get the kid.
Hey, Mark, what's up with the guy in the story?
Is this
How
single?
about we talk about the single guy in the story?
Okay.
And what happened for him is what every single guy would want. He got sat next to a hottie. That's what happened to Antonio Sherrod McGarity when he got sat in seat 11F on a Southwest flight from Seattle to Phoenix.
Nice.
And presumably a hottie got sat in 11E, right next to 11F. Winner, chicken dinner. Now, at this point, Antonio has got to go with his best stuff, right? Like his best pickup lines or moves or whatever, right? He's got once you get sat next to the hottie, the ball's kind of in your court to advance things, right? To get to that Mile High Club.
You got to order the most expensive platter they have. You got to do all that stuff.
Definitely order alcohol. Also, offering a stick of gum for takeoff. Hey, if you chew this, your ears won't pop. There you
Pretend
go.
to take a very
icebreaker.
successful business call where you sold a bunch of money or you're talking like a celebrity or something like that.
Hey, if you blow me, your ears won't clog.
Yeah, that's a good line.
Try
That's
that
pretty
one
much
next
what he
time.
went with. The thing is, either Antonio doesn't have good stuff, he lost it over the COVID years like many have, or he just doesn't have the patience to follow two-time Hard Factor interviewee Marnie Curran's methods of attracting women.
Right,
So he went straight for it, kind of like Wes's line, and he asked the hottie in 11E if she minded if he pulled out his penis and started jerking off to her mid-flight.
Whoa.
Aggressive,
Jesus.
but
He asked,
and you never know till you ask. So
At least that's what he told the FBI when they immediately questioned him after he was arrested upon landing. He also told the FBI that, very surprisingly, Hottie in 11E did not say no outright. She did not say, no, of course you can't masturbate to me. What's wrong with you? Antonio says she threw her hands up in the air and said, it really doesn't matter. And then what Antonio told the FBI next was
so she pointed out to him that was just like a crime.
it's his idea. She's saying, she said, do what you want to do.
She didn't say no.
Right.
No, she didn't, but that's also definitely not an invitation. That's like
to him it was, because the next thing he told the FBI was, quote, it was kind of kinky, but what he really must have, yeah, that's it, right to the FBI, right to the FBI.
You know what I'm talking about.
What do you think about that, Mr. Agent?
so. What would you do? She says that to you. What would you do?
Kind of kinky, right? But that's what he told the FBI. But I think what he really must have taken it as was a challenge to put on the performance of his lifetime. This was his moment. Hottie in 11E didn't say outright, fuck no, you can't. So out comes Antonio's cock, and he just goes at it.
Calls it Cocktonio.
Cocktonio goes at it, exposed penis and all, for almost an hour. And now he's switching hands, allegedly.
Jesus.
He's going left hand, he's going right hand. He's making intense eye contact. He's whistling.
Who switches hands?
Yeah, Antonio does when he's challenged by Hottie in 11E to put on a show.
I've never switched hands in my life.
Yeah, well, Antonio did it multiple times, apparently.
Never tried the stranger where you sit on the offhand and then
Yeah.
swap it out.
Not mid-flight, Will.
Cocktonio and Antonio, they're a powerhouse tag team.
What was 11D doing?
Yeah, poor 11D, like backed against the wall,
Pretending to sleep.
pretended to sleep. Yeah, surely he's gonna calm down. Why is he using this hand now? He started and stopped at least 4 times, according to Hottie and 11E. And I think he gave it everything he had, because by the time his hour-long performances ended, he just passed out. He left it all on the seat 11F, all on seat 11F, and some on his hand, which we'll get to in a moment.
What? You said what airline was this?
Southwest.
Oh man, that's the worst because
It's like Phoenix to Seattle.
because it's her fault. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
she
they
didn't
picked their own
she
seat.
didn't check in early enough.
No, he probably
He was in the middle, Pat.
he sought her
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
He sought her out.
I've always said that is the one advantage of being a slacker on Southwest is you get to choose who you want to sit next.
This
Oh,
dude,
I'm sitting next to Hottie. Yeah, oops.
yeah, this dude boarded last.
He picked where he wanted. At this point, Hattie in 11E rings, or she presses the button and asks, I don't know why she didn't do this before, but when he's sleeping, she asked the attendant if she could please move seats to get away from the maniac that just jerked off to her for an hour with both hands, to which the airline attendant said, yes, of course. Oh my God. Why didn't you ring the bell earlier? Yeah.
I should have told us.
This thing should
sooner.
be broken.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, how did nobody see him for an hour besides her?
Well,
Listen, it's Southwest,
yeah,
They like
exactly.
they like a show.
Yeah.
He was putting on a show, but he was calm. He was like, focused on just her. He wasn't drawing attention to himself.
True. Also,
How
think
do you-
it means the row could have been empty besides the two of them.
It's true. The show was over, though, at this point, and when interviewed by authorities after the fact, Hottie in 11E says she believes Antonio did go to completion because she saw him licking a white substance from his fingers after the fourth session.
No,
That is kinky.
He licked it clean, bro. No evidence, you know what I mean?
Licked it clean, bro.
He licked his own.
Telling the FBI agent, licked
Dude,
it
he
clean,
licked
bro.
it. He licked it clean, bro.
What a psycho. I mean, like, jacking off in public is crazy. Drinking your own cum in public
You
is
say that
next
if you
level
could have any
insane.
superpower
though.
or no social norm, you would jack off in public. Didn't you say that's what you would
That
do?
was Will.
Yeah.
He
was
said.
Will.
No, he said like if there were no social norms, he would jerk off in public.
I was saying, like, if people could be naked, it'd be all right. If everybody was into it, but that's not the
That's
case.
my
in
own
this
personal
world.
fantasy.
That's not the case in this world. And for this guy, he's finding out the hard way. The
Antonio
FBI
heard in his mind, absolutely you can jerk off from this woman. He then was challenged into using both hands and licking himself clean, and then he passed out because he was like, wow, that was a crazy hour.
Yeah, I feel for him because, like, I think people are
Yeah.
generally sexually repressed, and, like,
Not Antonio.
It's okay for guys to be, like, real into sex, but he's taking it too far. He needs to understand the laws of the current world.
Right.
I
the
wonder
laws
if
are important.
I wonder if Antonio's going to leave some details out when he tells his friends what happened. Flight 3814 on April 2nd would be Antonio's last Southwest Airlines flight ever, as he was slapped with a lifetime ban from the airlines, as well as getting arrested for admitting to the FBI that he jerked off 4 times on a plane while in his seat.
Do
Whoops.
that, Antonio.
Oh man, there's gotta be video, right?
No,
I'm
she
sure.
did.
She did take pictures. Yes.
There,
She- She took pictures, but we don't have them yet. But she immediately, when he started jerking off the first of 4 times, started like taking pictures to prove that this was happening to her.
she wanted to post them so bad, you got to believe, but I'm sure the FBI told her she couldn't. They
Yeah.
probably confiscated them or
I mean,
something.
it's her property technically.
Yeah, but like, if it's
If
like
there's
a
updates,
case or something,
trust.
oh man,
Yeah, how do you even
post
choose?
it.
How do you choose the social media platform? It's tough,
Oh,
like
IG under a burner for sure.
I really hope she's got one picture with him with it in his right hand and another with it in his left hand.
Yeah, and 11D just pretending to sleep.
Yeah, jeez, scratch marks on the wall.
You know what?
Headphones are on.
Yeah, you know what she should do is she should just start like a rival to passenger shaming. Like she could
Yeah.
start a huge viral account with this one video.
I also want to see how attractive this woman is.
Me too.
Um,
That's
I mean, that's aggressive. All right, let's spin the wheel. Let's get into it.
yeah, that was great.
A couple more shows before Florida, boys.
licked it clean.
Yeah,
Here we go.
It's so upsetting, man.
no evidence besides the pictures. That's all you take.
cup of coffee in the big time.
Is me.
Money bags.
Try and
Hopefully,
prove
money
it.
bags.
Ooh,
Hopefully,
yeah. That'll be trending today while you're listening is Mark's win.
yes. Go UNC. Hopefully,
Hashtag Oracle Mark. If things go well,
that's right. Pat, I'll see you out there. TikTok.
see you out
There
there,
you go.
bud. See you on the
right.
field.
The W's will be bringing you interesting stories like the human genome and like that guy jerking off on the plane. Those were great stories. And you're going to be listening to those. But for today, you should most importantly get out there and have a great fucking day. Talk to you tomorrow.
Hard Factor. Cheat on the news. Patreon.com/Hard Factor.